The year is 2069, and the world is in ruin. The beautiful call of birds is replaced by the shrieking sound of air raid sirens. Enemies are everywhere, and here on the small island of Great Britain, the collective thought is, oh dear, we are in trouble. I'm Jude Wedgwood, the mastermind behind the British Defence Force, and the government has tasked me with fending off any threat to the health and safety of the British public. But my job is getting harder every day. The enemy is ever changing. One day we're fending off aliens, the next day a group of angry Norwegians. Luckily, I have a final card up my sleeve. A card so powerful, it might just change the world forever. The 2008 video game, Spore. Spore is a life simulation game, but it's also so much more. Using its complex database of weaponry, I may just be able to create the most advanced weaponized creature the human race has ever seen. I'm talking more deadly than the turkey turret, more dangerous than the semi-automatic pelican. The only thing left for me to do was start a new creature stage and save the United Kind Godon. That should say kingdom, I spelled that wrong. To make sure I'm open to all possibilities, I needed to start with a blank canvas. Ah yes, perfection. I shall call him my super soldier, and he shall win many battles. Once my template was created, it was time to gather fossils. Fossils were invented in 1847 by Dr. Joseph Fossil, and are essentially a pile of bones on the ground. When eaten, fossils reveal a hidden secret within them. A new body part. If we were going to make the most weaponized creature possible, we would need all the body parts we could get. However, as soon as I'd started collecting them, I ran into another species. This was it. The first stage in our creature's road to viciousness. His first kill. He attacked with the strength of a bear, the agility of a fox, and the resilience of a badger. And before long, he was victorious. He claimed his prize by feasting on his enemy's corpse. It's important that our new super weapon doesn't get hungry, as it's difficult to fight on an empty stomach. Therefore, I've made him a carnivore so he can eat his victims as he goes on his murderous rampage. The only downside to this is that if he eats any fruits or vegetables, it will make him very ill. What? Stop eating it then, what are you doing? Stop eating the fruit. Stop it! After eating the fruit a couple more times, he learned his oh for God's sake, stop eating it! No matter, it's all about learning from experience, and this experience will help him in future conflicts, such as this one of humankind's greatest enemies. The monkeys. This would be a great test of strength. If my new super weapon could defeat one of mankind's predecessors, it would be a mark of great potential. Without any more thought, I engaged the monkeys in battle, and immediately died. This was a real setback. Clearly, this task was bigger than I'd ever imagined. Luckily, I knew just what my creature was missing. He was missing arms. I mean, that was a real oversight on my part. I probably should have thought of that one. Now, he was prepared for anything, and I could begin experimenting with all different types of weaponry. In Spore, there are 4 main types of attack. I would be starting out with charge. My theory was, if my creature could take out its opponent with one swift blow, we'd be able to defeat any army before they even knew what was happening. To do this, I gave him a range of antlers and horns, giving him good impaling potential. Operation Porcupine had started, and I set out to find a willing challenger. The Porcupine was a great success and made light work of his first few matchups. His speed was unparalleled, and his horns razor sharp. Quite frankly, he was unbeatable. Monkeys. Okay monkeys, you may have won last time, but this is where I take my revenge. This time around, the battle with the monkeys was harder fought, and we did manage to take down the alpha male, but unfortunately we still ended up tasting defeat. Maybe charge wasn't the right option. Perhaps we were thinking too close range. What if we could take out our opponent without even needing to get close to them? This time I would put all my effort into the spit trait, and as such I began to turn my creature into a walking turret. This thing would have more firepower than any cannon in the world. It was a barrage of pain, and after finishing my creation, the perfect test subject revealed himself. I unleashed volley after volley at the monkeys. Each shot from my creature was accurate and destructive. Before long, the monkeys couldn't handle any more, and the species went extinct. That's correct, I wiped out all monkeys. Every single monkey in the world, gone. And next on the menu was ducks. Or whatever these things are anyway. Nobody can withstand my firepower. Come at me, ducks, and face your doom. Oh. Turns out my creature is pretty bad in close combat. Well, Back to the drawing board. If close combat was what nature demanded, then that's what it would get. Instead of a wall of cannons, my creature would need a wall of razor-sharp claws. To do this, he would need a lot of arms, and after a couple of tweaks, I'd come up with this. The Shredder. The Shredder walks around with a distinct swagger. No being dare come near him or they'll be sliced apart by his rows of talons. However, another fight with the ducks revealed a major problem. Just as with the cannon creature, the Shredder was too susceptible to taking direct damage. No worries, I had just the answer. Long arms. Really unnecessarily long arms. This way, the Shredder could remain at a safe distance while also being able to shred to his full capacity. This was it. What could anything do against a creature you can't hit? The Shredder began to wreak havoc, leaving a whole string of fatalities in his wake. The last thing to do was take out those troublesome ducks, and what the hell, how have we died again? These ducks have so much health, it's unfair. Health. Maybe I'm misguided once again. My creature may deal a lot of damage, but when it comes to taking it, he's a bit of a wet wipe. My next creature would be robust and solid. Don't get me wrong, he would still have some claws, but the focus now would be mostly on defense. You know what they say, the best form of defense is 2 massive plates and a huge horn. With that, the tank was created, and I rolled out with a troop of the most hardy creatures in the galaxy, all of which look conspicuously like Mr. Potato Head. In fact, these creatures are so strong, I bet they could even take on a rogue. Or maybe not, let's try that again. In fact, these creatures are so strong, I bet they could even take on an epic. Oh, what? Alright, that must have been a glitch that time, let me try again. In fact, these creatures are so strong, I bet they could even take on an... Oh, for God's sake, this creature is rubbish. He's too slow and flat-footed. Do some twisting and turning, come on. Duck and weave, man, duck and weave. It seems I've come up against a bit of an obstacle here, but if I can defeat this epic, then surely that proves that my creature is the most powerful out there. I need more speed. Without hesitation, I started gathering all the legs I possibly could. My theory was, if I made a creature with every single type of feat in the game, he would be too fast to hit, and I could outmaneuver the epic. I ran in circles around the epic hoping to make it dizzy, but he managed to stomp on me while I was close to him. My tactics changed. I would charge towards the epic and strike it as hard as I could, then sprint away from it before it could hit me. This tactic did seem to work, and I was making some good progress. That is, until the epic walked onto a geyser, firing it up in the air and breaking my pattern of attack. It then descended from the sky and owned me. At this point I realised that just as too many cooks spoil the broth, having too many legs makes it hard for our creature to sort his feet out. Instead, I would create a 2-legged humanoid creature who would have both the sharpest claws and the fastest feet in the game. And holy Moses does this guy move. He was rapid. He could cover continents in mere hours if he needed to. Furthermore, with his talons he was also able to deal with up-close combat. I'd finally found a creature which could both evade and invade. He was so good in fact he was able to take the duck species head on, and although there was a momentary retreat, he did eventually emerge victorious. That's one arch nemesis out of the way. Next up, the rogue. He ripped into the rogue like a knife through butter, and despite having over 300 health to begin with, the rogue was no match for these streamlined war machines. In fact, my creature was so powerful that his very movements could cause meteors to fall from the sky. By now, he's almost at demigod status, and the next step in the staircase towards the heavens, you guessed it, the epic. Go get him, you little soldier. Let's go, champ. Get him, really beat him up. Okay, what about if instead of hands, he just had big saws? Like big saw hands? Yeah, this is it. Look at him go! Bomb! Oh, for God's sake. Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to do some serious reflection here. I've tried many different methods of carnage so far, and none of them have worked. The charging, the spitting, the weird one with all the arms, none of it seems to be getting me anywhere. But I've tried everything. Everything. Yes, everything. That's it. I shall combine all of my previous tests. He'll have maces on his head, horns on his skull, cannons on his back, and so much more. It's wonderful. This is the face of death. This is my weapon. My ultimate defense system. Take this, aliens, ha! And take this, weird hammer creatures. And take this, nerds. Yeah, take that, nerds. You can't withstand my power. Oh, look at this, a bunch of pears. Take this, pears. Yeah, take this, pears. Wait, whoa, what? My world-destroying weapon, beaten by pears. by a bunch of pears. This thing, defeated by pears. How is it supposed to defeat an epic if it can't even win a fight with a pear? Well, I guess it's over then. The United Kingdom is doomed. We're all gonna die. I don't know where to go from here. I've tried literally every trick in the book. Curse this massive mace, and curse these horns, and screw these stupid saw hands. I may as well have just made a stupid looking creature like this one. It's probably just as good as the rest of them. Oh. What an oversight! How didn't I think of this? What's more powerful than any weapon? More potent than any blade? That's right, everyone. The power of dance. I don't need to kill my enemies. I can just defeat them with the sheer rhythm of my feet. That's right. Dance. Dance like you've never danced before. Keep dancing. The cha-cha slide. The Gangnam style dance. The whip. And possibly also the nay-nay. The foxtrot. The jive. The Irish jig. Dance. Dance. Dance until the world explodes. Oh. What's that noise? Whoa, 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 I was joking. I was joking when I said the thing about the world exploding. The UK is on the world and it's my job to protect it. Oh God, what have I done? They're too powerful. I can't stop them. Whoa, 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 whoa! And that is how the Big Bang happened, everyone.